Oh my gosh. It's been a minute, guys. Mi gente, my people. It's a whole rebrand. I'm a little nervous, kind of. Like, not really, but kind of, Oh, shit. I am officially the Mindful Maven, as are you. It's my new social media handle if you've been looking for me on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter and wondering where I've been. That is me. I am Mindful Maeven. That's Maeven. I own the domain. I have a whole vision for the website. It's a time. It's a whole new chapter. And man, I don't think I have recorded this podcast or a podcast since October or November of 2022. So I cannot stress to you enough how good it feels to be here. Thank you so much to everyone who sent me messages saying that you were waiting for me to come back. I was waiting for me to come back too. This has been on my to-do list for maybe a good 3 months, 4 months. But I just needed some time, and I'm sure you know. And one day, someday soon on here, I'll explain to you all of the wonderful things that I did to nourish myself in order to be here. I cannot even tell you. I'm just I was going to say I'm the greatest I've been in a long time, but honestly, I feel like I'm the greatest I've been ever in my life, which is the goal, right? Hence why we're here. Hence why I'm the Mindful Maven. If you're watching this on YouTube, I have a whole face mask on. Shout out to Solita for the mask. Man. So yeah, I'm the Mindful Maven. I feel like it reflects also if you're watching me on YouTube, then you see that my mask is getting a little itchy. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. This new chapter and, Mindful Maven, I feel like it reflects my spirit. It reflects my content for sure. I realized that basically everything I do and basically everything about me, right, is that I'm mindful. I'm mindful of others. I'm mindful of boundaries. I'm mindful of my needs, my desires. I'm mindful of others' emotions. I'm a mindful asshole, So it just fits, and it especially fits this next chapter because, what better way I feel than to move through life with mindfulness. And if this popped up on your feed, it is because this is the podcast formerly known as Moments with May. Before it was music, so each episode, if you're new here, each episode would. Basically, the theme would be around a song of my choice because music is my life. And as much as music is my life, it's a new chapter. We got to switch it up. But if you know me, I love structure. I'm all about freedom through structure. I love a naming convention. So this time we're going to go with nouns. And it'll probably be a plural noun because, again, I need structure. And so before I go to DC tomorrow, I have a 6 a.m. flight. It is 11 p.m. I have a 6 a.m. flight. I'll probably leave the house at 5 a.m. because it's Providence and the airport's 30 seconds away. But I can't go to bed without telling you about expectations. Before I tell you about expectations, hold on. Let me tell you about some highlights since we last spoke, or rather since I last spoke to you and you wonderfully listened. Some highlights are I live in the U.S. of America. Is that a thing? Yes. I live in the United States, which if that sounds wild to you, it's wild to me too. A lot of you probably follow me on Instagram, so you know that already. But when I tell you, it's just something that I never thought that it's something that I would be excited about, And although I'm excited about it, it kind of pains me to be here because living here highlights that I can't be here long term. I think I got a few years in me, not necessarily in Rhode Island, but I got a few years in me. But I would never raise kids in this country. That's just what it is, And now that I'm here, that especially rings true that I just wouldn't do that. Oh my God, my computer's dying on the first episode. I'm such a rookie. Okay. Whew. Got a little nervous there. Like, not now. Okay, so yes, I have an American lease. I wouldn't raise kids here, but I'm loving this American era. It's everything. One of my homies, Bammy, hi Bammy, she calls it my romantic American era, and it so is. It really yeah, I love it. I'm near my mom, near my family. I don't see them all the time. Also, mostly I'm just alone. It's a dream. I'm just in my apartment alone all the time. I love it so much. Another highlight is I'm a runner now. What? I've never been a runner. I've run a few times. I ran one 5K in my life. I actually run one soon. But one day I just woke up and said, hey, I'm a running ass bitch. And here I am. I've made the most money I've ever made this year. And it's all been while working for myself. And so, wow, that's been exciting. and I have some lofty financial goals for myself. And I feel like I've always had lofty financial goals for myself, a true Taurian queen. But this is the first year that I feel confident in them. Like I feel calm about them, you know, and they're the biggest goals I've ever set for myself. And so, yeah, it's a great place to be. And for the first time in my life, I have a 5-year plan. I have a 5-year plan that I'm excited about. That's what, like, I used to be such a planner, like very rigid. And then I became a digital nomad and I learned to let that go entirely. Also, man, if you get stuck in plans and you feel like you need to plan every second of your life, that's how I used to be. Or if you know any young people like that who were a young Megan in their early 20s, tell them to become a digital nomad, because honestly, that's the biggest way it changed my life, is just learning to chill the fuck out and just like see where things take you. And digital nomad life, especially, well, in those times anyway, like backpackers, it was a thing that you just knew you would fly somewhere. You wouldn't have a ticket out because someone could hit you up and say, or you could meet someone. It wasn't even that someone could hit you up. It's that you could meet someone who would say like, hey, I'm going to Cambodia. Do you want to come with me? And you're like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. This is what we're here for. And so you would just go to Cambodia and end up being in Cambodia for 3 months. Yeah. So just, if you ever need a break from thinking, just become a nomad or a backpacker real quick. Okay. Expectations. So since I recorded the last podcast, I realized that expectations, like low key as humans, expectations are like our driving force through life. No, because if you think about it, if you get thirsty, if you're dehydrated, then you drink water because you expect it to help you, you know? You eat food because you expect it to nourish you and to keep you satiated. You work because you expect to get paid. It's like, yeah, it's like everything that we do, there's an expectation attached to it. So these past couple months, I've realized that expectations are, at least for me, expectations, particularly expectations outside of myself, that's what leaves me disappointed. You know, when I was younger, I expected to have the same best friend for my entire life. And so when we eventually weren't friends, I was super disappointed, right? I expected to grow older with my brother. And so when he passed, I was super disappointed. But even now, as sad as it is, we don't own people, you know? And so now when people are like, man, they're gone too soon, or they should be here. You know, I saw a tweet the other day, said like Nipsey Hussle should be here. There's no should, you know, and that should, again, is an expectation, right? We expect for everyone to grow old, which, you know, logically we know is not possible. I expected to be able to handle all the tequila that I drank this past weekend at this wedding. The lie detector test determined that was a lie, okay? Because, I mean, I did handle it, but let me tell you, I don't remember like, oh my God, so I can't believe I'm saying this publicly, but I don't remember so much of that wedding. That's crazy. All I know is that I left early and I walked through the streets of Dallas, half in heels. I would take my heels off, put my heels back on, and I was having the time of my life, just like under these giant skyscrapers. I don't know if that was safe, but again, I'm protected. Anyway. So while I've been gone, I would say that that's the biggest, the biggest theme since I've been gone from recording podcasts is I have been learning to release expectations. I've been challenging myself to release expectations, which actually has helped me to define what I know to be true. I often say, you know, I don't know much. But as time goes on, I still don't know much. I don't know shit. You know, I'm a baby to the game, but I'm starting to see the things that I do know. And starting to be able to define what I know to be true, at least in this season of my life, at least at this age, at least in 2023, or at least on August 16th. I know that I can feel good in my physical body, because when I tell you, oh my God, I forgot again. I left this podcast because I was so depressed. I can't even, sometimes looking back, I'm just like, wow, I can't even believe that it's like I was just there, you know? I wasn't moving my body. I wasn't eating well. I forgot what it felt like to feel good and to look good. And I feel so good right now. I know that I own an apartment in Paris one day. Actually, inshallah, I don't know that I can say that because that's the term. I feel like I can. It's a little cocky though to say that, to be honest, because that's expecting that I will be around enough to get that apartment. So actually I can't say that with confidence, but I can say that I know that I lead with love. You know, I know that I lead with kindness. I know that I'm respectful. I know that I'm a peaceful vibe. I know that I'm at peace. And so, yeah. I hope that makes sense to you at 11, 12 p.m. for me. But I guess if I can gift you with anything with this first podcast, with my first one back, it's my gift to you is that you have permission to release expectations of yourself, of others, of life, and also not even just in, I don't want to say the bad way, not necessarily in a way to prevent disappointment, because we're going to be disappointed in life, right? That's going to happen, but more so as a mechanism of freedom, a tool, if you will, because now that I have fewer expectations of myself, of others, of life, I am so calm. I'm so at peace. My nervous system is probably the healthiest it's ever been in my life. Obviously, that's for a multitude of reasons, but I know that it's hard to say what caused what, but I just know that releasing expectations has contributed so much to it. Even for example, with running, I didn't set an expectation that I would run every day, because listen, an old Megan in her 20s, or maybe Megan even just a few years ago, would have said, I'm going to go from not running to running every day for 30 days. Crazy. It's dumb. And I have clients who say things like this all the time, and I'm just like, are you on crack? But no, you're not, because I used to be like that too, which is why we're here, right? Because the easiest person for you to help, side note, is your past self. And so that's why I love to help people, because I used to do that. So for the past 28 days, for example, I had a 28-day challenge that I made for myself, and it ended yesterday. And I ran, I want to say 12 times exactly. And my mission was to run 12 times, 1 mile or more, 12 times. And I did. And I did it with ease. It was so easy. Now, I said 12 out of 28 days. A past me would have said 20 out of 28 days. And so it's like, actually, I did have an expectation, but I just lowered my expectation. And now I feel so much more motivated to keep going. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we're not going to get into it. I could talk about habits forever. On that note, actually, I have 2 one-on-one offers, and they are about to come to a close. This is the last call. If you follow me on Instagram, then I'm making some more crazy changes. And I have some dope ass travels coming up later in the year. I won't be on this continent. So if you would like to work with me one-on-one in 2023, this is your last call. You can book a free chat with me to make sure I'm the right person for you. And we're back, and that's it. That's it for me anyway. I think I'll be back next week. I can't say for sure, because we're going to chill on the expectations for now. Thank you for getting through this first one with me. If you're still here, I'm a bit rusty to the game. And until next time, stay kind.